Thank you. Board of Adjustments is a 9-member board. We're appointed by the City Council and we serve on a voluntary basis without any compensation. Our procedure for conducting business is that I will call out the name of the petitioner and item. If you will, please come to the podium, speak clearly into the mic because the acoustics in this room are not the greatest. So please speak loudly and clearly. We will then hear your petition, and anyone who has any question regarding that particular item will be given the opportunity to come forward and indicate their approval or disapproval, any questions that you may have. Once we receive public testimony on a particular item, members of the board will deliberate and we will render our decision tonight. I'll remind members with a personal or any financial interest in any request, you're required to recuse yourself from voting. Any testimony that is submitted by the petitioner or on behalf of the petitioner during the presentation of the agenda item will be binded as to any decision the board makes relative to the motion. I remind the board members if any motion to deny an item, a reason must be given. At this time, I'll introduce the members of the board that are here. Ms. K.T. Brown, our Vice Chairman, Mr. George Howell Jr., Ms. Jennifer Shaw, Mr. Blake Markham, and I'm John Stanley, your Chairman. Our land use staff that's here tonight is Mr. Tommy Tyson, Ms. Tanya Ingram, and Ms. Jovan Hines, our recording secretary. It requires 5 votes to approve a motion. That's a motion either to approve or deny a particular request. We have 5 members here tonight. That means for your motion to be, or your petition to be approved, you have to have the vote of all 5 members. We may have someone else show up, another member, but right now we're going to start the meeting with 5. If you feel as though your request might be affected by us only having 5 members here tonight, you can delay until the next meeting without any additional cost. If you choose to do that, please see Jovan or Tanya over here, and they'll put you on the agenda for the next meeting. Otherwise, we'll move forward. We have a total of 15 items on our agenda. Number 7 has been delayed. That is an item related to 5705 Troy Highway to be presented by Bill Wilson regarding an ID sign. But it's been delayed until sometime in the future. We don't know at this point when that will be. Okay. Any questions before we get started? First item on the agenda is presented by Shane and Melissa Heath, requesting a special exception to place a mobile home for living purposes on the west side of Mitchell Young Road, approximately 2,500 feet north of Selma Highway in an Ag 1 district. Is Mr. or Ms. Heath here? Okay. They did not show last time. This has been withdrawn, and if they choose to come back, they will have to reapply, unless they show up before this meeting is adjourned. Item 2 is presented by Fastsigns-Montgomery, representing All About Kids Pediatrics, requesting a setback variance and interior lighting for a new ID sign to be located at 2895 Zelda Road in an O2 zoning district. Anyone here in regards to that item? Okay. Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Jeff Ezel. I'm the owner at Fast Signs in Montgomery, and we're at 115 Brown Springs Road.
Okay. And you want to have you're asking for a 30-foot setback variance and interior lighting for a new ID sign.
Yes, sir.
Will that sign be located such that it interferes with traffic from either direction?
No, sir.
Okay.
It'll be placed in the exact location of the existing sign that is on the property.
In the same exact sign? So
well, we have to meet the new setback, but it's going to be in approximately the same location based on measurements.
Okay, so the sign that's there now will be removed,
Yes,
and this will replace that sign.
yes, sir.
Okay. What is the height and width approximately of that sign?
This sign is 72 inches tall and 110 inches wide, which is approximately the same size as the one that's being replaced.
Gotcha, 6 feet tall,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay. Any questions, board members?
No, I saw it.
Anyone in the audience care to address this item? I'll entertain a motion. If not,
So moved.
Motion to approve.
have a motion to approve. To have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Motion to approve, Mr. Howell, a second for Ms. Brown. Any further discussion? All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you. Item number 3 is presented by Donald Lewis, requesting a side yard variance for an accessory structure located at 3518 Woodpark Drive in an R75 zoning district. Mr. Lewis, I believe this is, you want to maintain that carport, right?
Yes.
It's
yes,
already in place, correct?
Yes,
Okay. All right. And you're requesting a 3-foot 6-inch side yard variance for that existing carport,
yes, sir.
correct?
Yes.
What are you doing about keeping the water off of your adjacent property owner? Have you got gutters?
Have I got a,
Do you have gutters on that structure?
no, I don't. No, I don't. But I can always, if it's a problem, I could add a gutter.
Can you add gutters? Mm-hmm. Okay, otherwise, the water coming off that may be spilling onto your adjacent property owner.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to make sure that you avoid that.
Okay,
Is that okay?
that'll be fine.
You willing to add gutters and downspouts?
Yes.
Downspouts to it?
Yeah.
Direct the water away from your neighbor?
Okay, that'll be fine.
Okay, any questions, board members?
No.
Anyone in the audience care to address this item? I'll entertain a motion.
Will you entertain a motion?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Stanley,
Yes.
she needs to speak in her mic.
I move that we grant the variance with the water off the neighbors, gutters for the adjacent owners, and downspout.
Second.
Second from Ms. Shaw. Any further discussion? All in favor, please raise your hand. It's unanimous. Thank you, Mr. Lewis.
Okay, thank you all.
We didn't put a time frame on that since this is an existing structure, but I would say within 30 days.
Oh, that'll be good.
You need
Want
to,
that added to my motion?
within 30 days, right. Gutters and downspouts, okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Y'all have a good evening.
You too. Thank you. Item 4 is presented by Rayfield Park Senior, requesting a coverage variance for an accessory structure to be located at 5642 Carriage Brook Road in an R65D district. How you, Mr. Parks?
Good, sir.
Good.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I believe you want a coverage variance of 165 square feet, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us what's going to be in the accessory structure.
Requesting permit for a 25 by 30.
You're going to have to
foundation.
speak a little louder and clearer
sorry,
because we
sorry.
cannot hear you well.
Requesting a permit for a 25 by 30 foundation for a garage building.
Right. But you're asking for a coverage variance. Tell us what is you intend to put in this accessory structure. What are you going to use it for? Storage?
A garage.
A garage?
Yes.
Storage?
Vehicles. I'm sorry. Vehicles.
You're going to use it for storage?
Yes.
Okay. You're not going to use it for a business?
No. No.
You're not going to use it for storing gasoline?
No.
These are things that we have to know about.
Okay.
Okay? Don't want it to blow up. We don't want it to blow up, you or anybody else, to be honest with you.
I understand.
Just asking you the typical questions. Are you going to put, excuse me. Yeah. You're not gonna live in it and you're not gonna put plumbing in it, correct?
No,
But you may have electrical,
right,
correct?
correct.
Okay. Any question, board members?
Yes, does this thing have, it doesn't have sides on it, is it just a carport, or is it a enclosed?
It's
gar-
enclosed, enclosure, yes,
On a slab?
yes.
That's good, okay, thank you.
Okay. No, ma'am, not yet. Is anyone in the audience care to address this item? Now I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we grant the variance of
Ms.
100
Brown,
You gotta speak.
Okay.
Can't hear you.
I move that we grant 165 square foot coverage variance for an accessory structure, no vehicles, no business, no gasoline, and no living in it, and no plumbing.
Question.
Yes, ma'am, yes, sir.
The purpose is for vehicles. Is that not correct?
But for vehicles, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a garage.
Yeah, he's, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
he's gonna use it
It's
for
for a
vehicles.
vehicle. Okay, no business, no,
I
No
second.
business, no restrooms.
no living in it, no plumbing.
No,
Okay, you got it?
yes.
You got it, Tanya? Go by. Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Markham. Any further discussion? All in favor, please raise your hand. You good?
Thank you. Praise God.
Just don't do anything crazy out there. Item 5 is presented by Selena and Walter Johnson. Requesting a special exception for church use to be located in a multi-tenant building located at 461 Northeastern Boulevard in a B3 zoning district. Are they here? Mr. or Mr. Johnson, not here? Is this the first time that we've heard this one?
yes.
We'll just delay it till the next meeting. Okay?
Thank you.
Number 6, item number 6, presented by David Edward Day Sr., requesting a special exception to keep chickens on the property located at 112 Kent Street in an R60S zoning district. Mr. Day?
Yes, sir, that would be me.
Okay. You want to keep 12 chickens?
Yeah, we have 12 chickens in our little coop in the backyard, a little bit big coop.
Gotcha. No roosters, correct?
No roosters, sir, just hens.
Okay. And you are in compliance with chicken guidelines, correct?
Yes, I looked at it, we replaced we had some 2-inch wire around the bottom up underneath their hen houses, and we replaced that with 1 inch, made sure that it's at least 10 feet from our back neighbor and our side neighbor.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, you're in a residential neighborhood. Did you get was there a complaint filed because of these chickens?
Yes, sir.
What was the nature of it, Tanya? Do you recall?
They thought they had a rooster.
They thought they had a rooster?
We just have loud hens, that's it.
I can't hear you.
We just have loud hens. When they're laying eggs, they start making a lot of noise, but we've never had any roosters. We knew we couldn't have that in the city limits, but no roosters.
No roosters.
No roosters, no, sir.
Okay. All right. Any question, board members? I'll come back to y'all.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Howell?
Do you have a coop that'll hold 12 chickens?
We do. I sent y'all should have had a picture that came with this. We built where we used an old playground, one of those big wooden playgrounds, and the part where we kind of climb in is like 16 square feet, and it kind of stretches out. We put chicken wire around it and some boards and a little slanted roof. I have a picture of it. I sent one in, but I can show it to you if you like.
That's okay. You have to have one. All right. The guidelines that we were given by the city council for chickens limit the number to 6.
Yes, sir.
Can you live with 6?
I can. We only get about 7 or 8 eggs, and then we have some old hens. We just hadn't processed them or done anything with them, but I understand 6 chickens, but if you give me 12, it'd be nice. I don't really want to kill my chickens,
Well,
but I understand.
Okay.
we want to
Well-
limit you to 6.
All right, we'll do what we got to do.
You can decide which ones to keep or whatever.
Yeah, those, I'm familiar with those houses on Kent Street. They're great houses, but they're small lots. They're not real big.
Yeah,
And I can understand why you would have gotten a complaint,
yeah.
you know. Any other questions, board members? Anyone in the audience care to address this item?
Entertain a motion.
I will, but Mr. Howell, I think, may want to make that. Mr.
Yeah.
Bryant?
Motion to approve limited to 6 hens and no roosters.
No risk.
If I was you, I'd keep the one that lay eggs.
Yeah, that's the problem, trying to find out which one they're, you know how hens are.
Yeah.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to limit it to 6 hens. Mr. Howell, you want to put a time frame on that, give him time to reduce his population over there?
Yeah, just 30 days.
Be
30
fine.
days.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do I need to do anything else after that? All right.
Beg your pardon?
I was wondering if I need to do anything to let you
No,
know that.
just reduce it down to 6
We'll take care of it.
hens within 30 days
No problem.
from today.
It's in your best interest to keep it clean because chickens get sick, all that stuff.
Yeah, they do. We got a pretty good system where we keep them clean and stuff like that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, let me add to that. What you don't want is whoever complained about the rooster, they thought, they come back in and complain about 6, and then we can require you to remove all of them
Yeah.
if you're not compliant.
Well, don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll keep our word.
Yeah, that'd be good. Keep it clean.
Yes.
Good. Okay, we have a motion and a second to reduce it to 6 hens within 30 days,
No rooster.
and no roosters.
No roosters.
No one second. I didn't hear a second.
Do we have Ms. Brown seconded?
Oh, did she? Oh.
All in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 7 has been delayed.
Man, oh man.
That's regarding Racetrack Inc. for a new ID sign, Troy Highway. Number 8 is presented by Luis Enriquez, requesting a special exception to place a mobile home for living purposes on a lot located at 12088 Waremont Court in an Ag 1 zoning district. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. You want to put a mobile home on a 1.6 acre lot along with an existing mobile home that's already there, correct?
Yes, sir.
What's the existing mobile home used for?
That's where I currently live, but that's my parents' house. So the plan is to move my personal mobile home in the backyard where it's pretty big, and I just basically want to move out, but I don't want to be far from my mom either.
So his parents live in the mobile home on the front, correct?
Yes.
And you want to move your mobile home behind theirs,
Yes, sir.
correct? And you're going to be actually accessing it from Edna Brake Lucas Drive, correct?
Yes.
Is that where you're coming? Are you coming through their property, or you going?
I'm coming through their property.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're not
'cause-
going to have a new access off of Edna Brake Lucas Drive. You're going to use their existing access.
Yes, but I had a question where, well, my plan was in the back. Everything is fenced around it, but I wanted to make an opening so I can have my own entrance and exit.
Off of Edna Brake Lucas Drive.
Yes.
Are you going to live in it and not rent it? You're not going to rent it, are you?
I was going to rent the other 2 rooms, and I was going to live in it as well.
You're planning to rent part of it,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay. Before we go any further, is anybody here that has an opposition to this item? Okay. All right, I'll give you an opportunity in just a moment. Any questions of the petitioner?
Yes.
Speak.
How far apart are those 2 mobile homes?
I want to say about a yard, yeah, or maybe less than that.
Yours would be a yard from your parents.
Yes.
A yard? No, that doesn't make sense. how many feet, what kind of distance between?
I'm really not sure.
I mean, 100 feet?
About 100 feet, yeah.
Okay. About 100 feet. Okay, any other questions? I'm gonna ask staff opposition to come up. All right, anyone here that care to speak for or against this item, please come forward. Mr. Enriquez, if you'll step back and just let them speak, you'll be given an opportunity to respond to what they may say, okay? Okay, and ladies, we're going to need your name and your address, and where you. I assume y'all are neighbors, correct,
Yes.
ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, so identify yourself for the record.
I'm Stephanie Lowry, 13308 Edna Brake Lucas Drive.
Stephanie Lowry.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Margaret Phillips, 13312 Edna Brake Lucas Drive.
Phillips, Ms. Phillips.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so please speak loudly into the mic. I assume you're here in opposition of?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell us what your concern is.
The biggest concern is the parcel is a 1.6 acre lot. The middle of that property is part of the wetlands. It constantly stays wet. Where he's proposing to put the trailer to the back of the fence off to the side, there's not even a susceptible area to put a septic tank. So my biggest concern is the lot size, plus not only the wetlands that start in his yard and go all the way back. And I do have a copy of our wetland map, because we have a lot of heron cranes and stuff that come in and land in there. So my biggest concern is really the pollution of that area.
And we also have livestock on our property.
I'm sorry. We really need to hear from one at a time.
Okay.
Let's let her speak, Ms. Phillips, and then we'll come to you.
And as she said, we do have livestock that flows into on the other side of the road.
So your property surrounds this property?
Our property, if you're looking at the proposed site, if you actually go to the right of me, me standing up here to the right, the dirt road is our property that comes down in.
Gotcha. Those are homes, right? Not mobile homes, right?
No, they're mobile homes.
Ma'am?
They're mobile
They're
homes.
modular homes.
Yes.
Okay. We just want to know what we're dealing with here.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Phillips, you got it. I'm sorry, were you finished, Ms. Lowry?
Yes, sir, that was it.
Okay, Ms. Phillips,
Did we cover it all?
you want to add to anything on that?
Well, our main concern is the fact that we have livestock on our property. The other is the fact that he is requesting to put another mobile home on a small lot, which we would have the access of seeing and driving by every day. No offense, but the property is not kept up as it's just not kept up. No disrespect to the homeowner. It's pretty much an eyesore now. I can't imagine adding another mobile home to that property is going to do nothing but depreciate our property value from where we live now.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
May I add one more thing?
Sure.
And one thing I did want to make clear, I was going through the rules, from the State Board of Health on the septic systems. It's recommended that you have to have a 1 acre site, basically, for a septic system to work. 2 septic systems on there definitely won't work because you can't calculate the footage of the water sitting. That has to be totally taken out. So that's my biggest, is the contamination from it.
Gotcha. Any questions of the opposition? Okay, Mr. Enriquez?
I have a question.
All right, Ms. Shaw has a question for you. Jennifer, you got to speak loud and clearly into that mic then.
I'm trying to understand where you're talking about the wetlands are. Is that the little shady looking area up here on
Yes.
the?
Right, yeah.
That's-
Yes, ma'am, it's the dark area, and it goes underneath Edna Brake and goes all the way back into the woods. That's all wetlands back in there and swamp.
That's a drainage area, and it's gonna be wet and all the time.
Oh, okay, all right, I'm just, and the other little area is the wooded area that you're talking about? It's
I
right,
don't know, I mean, just the
It's just right
shaded
here,
area, the
Jennifer.
dark area between the
That's it.
proposed mobile home and the existing mobile home is the wet area that
okay.
she's referring to. Okay, got it.
Okay. Thank you.
Ms. Brown has a question for you. Hang on.
No, I have a question for,
I'm gonna get him back. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Mr. Enriquez.
I have a question for Tommy.
All right, hang on just a minute. Go ahead.
Okay. Tommy, do all the properties out there, are they all on septic tanks? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
And would that have to be approved by somebody on city health? With health, with
County Health Department.
county health department?
Yeah.
Okay, about the septic tanks and
Yes.
all that stuff.
Right.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay,
All septic tanks are so approved by Montgomery County Health Department.
okay.
And possibly if there's an issue regarding environmental, it could be an ADM requirement too, you know. Alabama Department of Environmental Management.
Okay.
are there other mobile homes beside his parents' home?
It looks like it.
On that lot, it's just his lot. It would be his mobile home and his parents' lot. And then there are other mobile homes in the area.
You are planning on renting it,
Miss
you don't
Brown?
plan on
No,
living in
she
it?
can't
I
hear
can't
you.
hear you.
You're planning on renting it, you don't plan on living in it, do you?
No, he said he's gonna live in it, he's gonna rent out part of it.
He's gonna have roommates. He's gonna have roommates.
He's gonna have roommates.
Okay, that's beautiful, y'all, I want him to answer.
I'm sorry.
Maybe if you pull your
You,
mask down,
repeat,
they can-
you indicated earlier, what are you gonna do about renters?
Oh, I was gonna rent two rooms, and I was gonna live in one of them
Right,
as well. That's it.
okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Henriquez, you heard your opposition. Have you got anything to say about that? Otherwise, we'll proceed on and vote on this.
I really don't. I mean, if it didn't get approved, it's fine. I still have another place. I mean, since they did mention that water in the middle, that's been going on for maybe since we moved there 4 years ago. And I mean, I'm not sure who to really ask about it, but it is an issue for us as well. I want to say, I think the neighbors in front of us, or well, across the road from us, might have covered up. I think like, I'm not sure if it's not the sewer. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but every time it rains heavily, our part just gets filled up with water.
I got you. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Any other questions? I'll entertain is anyone else in the audience care to address this item? All right, I will entertain a motion, and if the motion is to deny, I need a reason.
I want to make a motion to deny.
And, well, no, you gotta wait on his reason.
Yes, based on really three factors. First of all, I don't think it's appropriate for rental property. Second of all, it is and does appear to be a wetland there. And third of all, I think the septic system would not be approved.
Gotcha. Have a motion to deny based on the reasons. Do I have a second?
Yes.
Have a second from Ms. Brown. All in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Ms. Brown? Mr. Henrique, you've been denied.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for trying. Good luck to you. Item 9 is presented by Flowers and White Engineering, representing American Oak, requesting a parking variance for an addition to a building located at 4245 Wetumpka Highway in a B2 zoning district. Hello, Mr. Flowers.
Good evening, all. We have gone through with American Oak and gone through a development plan and platting and rezoning, and we've got a building approved. to sit off the northeast corner of the existing American Oak building back there. And in doing so, we end up not having enough parking. On a 20,000 square foot building, I've got to run roughly 50 spaces, and there's just not room to do 50 spaces. It is strictly a warehouse. There would not be any individuals in it other than the employees themselves. The building itself on the front would be satisfactory for the parking. I think there's like 4 that got taken out when we put the building in, that we could put those back, and the building itself, the main building, would stand alone with its own parking if needed. But the way the site plan was drawn, there was 4 spaces off to the northeast and the concrete parking over there, and when we put the building in the back, it took those out now. So we have requested a variance to be able to go with 42 parking spaces on the property.
And that's based on the total square footage of everything.
Yes, sir. It's when we brought in the 20,000, that's what basically blew it. But when it's strictly for warehouse, that's why we want to seek the variance, because nobody's going to be in it.
Okay.
So the warehouse is going to be in that area behind the existing buildings?
It is to the northeast corner, and they purchased a piece of property back there. So if you're looking at that site plan, we'll come in the entrance, go around to the right, to the east side, and then drive around to the back of the building. So it's sitting back there, kind of catty corner northeast. It does not touch the existing buildings. It's 30 feet off the existing, but it's back in that area.
But it's going to be for warehouse use only?
That's it.
Not showroom?
No showroom.
So we don't want to end up with
no showroom.
A bunch
is
of
all,
people showing up like they would
no.
at a home place.
They've got 3, I think it is, warehouses now, and they're stacked tall, and he wanted to be able to bring them here instead of having to truck them every time he needed to replenish.
Okay.
Are they still going to come in from the front, though, off the Wetumpka Highway, or are they going to come in off that forward? What's that other road back there?
Which one? When you say are they, you referring to?
The trucks.
There will be deliveries potential to come in off the backside. It won't be off Forest Lane. It'll come through the very back. They also own a piece of property back there.
Oh, okay.
Directly north of it. So if they bring them in, they'll come in probably off of, I don't remember what that street name is. Do y'all remember, Tanya?
But your plan right now is for the trucks to come in off the highway the same way the cars do.
The trucks will probably come in off the back for deliveries. That'll be the only thing that comes in off the rear.
Oh, okay.
The trucks will come in through the back off the property that they own and come in and drop off, and then they'll be out. And that way we don't intertwine the two and have them trying to drive around the front of the building and make a hard exit.
Okay.
All right. That makes sense.
Any other questions, board members? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
For warehouse use only. Right?
Right.
You okay with that, Brad?
I'm good.
Okay. Any other questions?
This is a request for 56 space parking variance
Correct.
instead of the 98.
It's a 56 space parking variance, correct.
Okay. Okay.
You still got 42.
Yep. Okay. We have a motion to approve. Any further discussion? Who seconded it? Blake.
Jennifer.
Ms. Shaw. All in favor of the petitioner's proposal, please raise your hand. Or in favor of the motion. There you go. Unanimous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Item 10, presented by Richard Bunkley, representing Charity Bingo, Inc., requesting a special exception for a place of amusement and assembly to be located at 2401 East South Boulevard in the B4 zoning district. Mr. Bunkley?
Actually, I'm David Fauché. I'm representing Mr. Bunkley.
I'm sorry, you're who?
David Fauché.
You got that, Tanya? Javon? You're going to have to speak loudly and clearly.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. So you are currently in across the bypass.
2334 East South Boulevard.
And you want to move.
We're moving right across
to this
the street.
location.
Correct.
Right? Okay. We've got your hours of operation here. Your parking lot's going to need to be very well lit. So I
The
assume
one
that's
we're going to is much better lit than the one we currently are at.
right. Is this the former Kmart?
Yeah, it's in the,
No, it's the Walmart.
it's Walmart, I'm
The
sorry.
Walmart, right, okay. Gotcha,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Is there anyone else in the bigger space? Or will you be the only tenant there for the time being?
The building was portioned off for the area that we needed, and the landlord is using the other portion for storage, I'm assuming.
Okay. Any question, board members?
What, is he saying that, each session is about 1 hour? Is he saying from 10 a.m.?
Miss Brown, I cannot hear you.
Is he saying from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.? Or what is he saying?
He's saying your hours of your bingo operations are here. Are you good with those?
Yeah, those are the ones we currently operate.
Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Thursday, Fridays, 12 p.m.
Yeah,
to
those
6
are,
p.m.
those are the times when the sessions begin.
That's
play.
when your sessions start.
Right.
Okay? But then you open up a little earlier for people to come in.
Right.
And you're closing down at these hours.
Oh, okay.
Correct?
We're closing down at when?
Is he closing down at these hours?
Yeah, he's closing his bingo operation at those hours. Is that correct? Okay.
No, we begin operations at 6 p.m. for the game, and they generally last a couple hours, and then we close after that. We have security on site for the entire time that
I got you.
we're operating.
I got you.
Yeah.
Mr. Stanley, I'm asking the question. He said each session is about 1 hour.
Right.
Is that
That
10
right?
to 11?
Roughly.
It couldn't be 10 to 6.
She can't hear you, Ms. Brown.
It
You
could
hear
not
her.
be 10 to 6.
He's saying it starts at 10.
It starts at
No,
10.
the morning session starts at 10 a.m. and then it runs for about an hour and a half. And
That's
then,
what I thought you were saying when you said each session is about 1 hour. Each session is about 1 hour. It's not 10 to 6.
It says 10 and 6.
And
it
6.
says
I
10
know,
and
that's
6
what
on
I'm
the sheet.
saying.
That's right.
Here's what we're trying to make sure we understand. How long will you be there operating in the building?
Roughly 2 hours, 2.5 hours each session, and that includes setup,
No,
cleanup.
give us a time. Give us an outside time frame. In other words, you don't close at 6 o'clock. You may close at 8 or 10. We're trying to get an idea how long you're going to be there every day.
It's generally the hours are 12 to 2 and then 6 to 8. So we're there for about 4 hours every day.
About how long?
About 4 hours every day.
Total?
12 to 2 and then 6 to 8.
That's what I'm trying to get
Yeah,
to.
okay.
What is your outside time limit?
Thank you.
Okay?
That's it.
Because we don't want you there at 1 a.m. in the morning. You
No.
Get it? You get it?
I
We're
got it.
trying to come up with a time frame so that we know what you.
Right.
We're very sensitive to late hour operations. Okay? And if you're going to be there at 10 a.m., 10 p.m. at night, we need to know that.
Right, right.
Okay? So you're saying the outside limits will be 2 hours beyond these time frames here.
Right.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
So on Thursday, for example, you may be there as late as 10 o'clock. 9? I'm trying to be consistent here, okay?
Thursday and Friday.
I can't hear you.
Thursday and Friday, the second session, as we call it, starts at 7:45. We are out of there by 9.
By 9.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. So in no event on any day will you be there later than 9 p.m.
As far as the operation, no, sir.
Right.
We clean up and leave. So generally, we're out of there no later than 5 after 9.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you got to have lights on in your parking lot.
Sir?
Got to have lights on your parking lot.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Brown, did that answer your question?
No. No, it doesn't. I want to know exactly how long are they open? Are you saying from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m.? Or are you saying from 6 p.m. till 8 p.m.? What are you saying? This is confusing to the people who read it.
May I suggest something, Mr. Chairman?
No, ma'am, not yet. Let's let Ms. Brown finish her subject.
Okay?
Can
I'm
I-
trying to clear it up.
You want me to-
Okay, I
you
want to
want me
make it simple, okay?
Okay.
You're making it complicated,
I can make it simple for you.
okay?
Okay.
Monday, the latest you'll be there, Monday through Wednesday, what's the latest you'll be there on
8
Monday
o'clock.
through Wednesday?
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thursday and Friday, what's the latest you'll be there?
9 p.m.
9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Saturday, you're showing here 2 p.m. What's the latest you'll be there?
Saturday is 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Sunday,
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Got it, Ms. Brown?
I got it now.
Got it. I've
Thank
done this
you.
before.
Thank you.
Okay.
Worth the effort.
Uh-huh.
It's worth the effort.
Any other questions? Ms. Shaw, did you have something you wanted to say?
I was just trying to come up with the time, and I was going to suggest that they say, okay, if you start at 10 a.m. in the morning, say, well, we'll be occupying the building from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
10 p.m. every day.
What we got is the outside time frames.
That's what I want.
Okay, got it.
Now, since I held
Any
you-
other questions, board members?
Since I
Anyone in the audience care to address this item? I'll entertain a motion.
So be it.
Okay. We have a motion to approve with these outside time frames that you've agreed to. Y'all got those, Tanya? Jovan? Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Second, Mr.
Oh,
Howell.
no.
Any further discussion? All in favor, please raise your hand. Got it.
Thank you.
Wasn't trying to make it complicated, but we have to have an understanding.
Right. I
And
understand.
it applies dramatically to businesses that are going to be open after dark.
Okay.
And
Thank
thank
you.
you.
And we just need to understand that.
Thank
Okay?
you. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Item 11 is presented by Mid-State Signs, representing the Montgomery Area Chamber of Commerce, requesting an exception to smart code for new signage to be located at 600 South Court Street in an RT4R zoning district. Welcome back.
Thank you. How are y'all? Good
Good.
afternoon. Judy Moore here with Midstate, and we're just
Speak a little more loud and clear.
So Judy Moore with Midstate Signs.
Thank you, Judy. You want to allow a 9-inch by 17-inch internally lit band sign, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay? And I believe it'll be on the, is that what we see there on the front?
It's going to be
Is that it? Where's it going to be
under
on
the
that?
overhang. It's,
Is it shown here?
you can't
Is-
really see it in this picture.
Is it the Montgomery Chamber worded?
It's the Montgomery Chamber.
That's what we're dealing with.
Excuse me?
That's what we're dealing with.
Right.
What it says, Montgomery Chamber, right?
That's correct.
Gotcha. Okay. Any question, board members? Anyone in the audience care to address this item?
Question.
Yes.
Tell us how the lighting is going to work. It's going to be lit internally for each letter with LEDs. Is that it?
Yes, sir. That's right.
Okay.
Individually lit.
Individually.
Individual letters lit with
Backlit.
LEDs. Yeah. And it'll.
No, it won't. They're not blinking?
They will not blink. No, no blinking.
They're not pulsating or
No,
anything,
no,
right?
no, none of that.
Okay. And that's not a crazy question, because we
I
get some,
know
you
it's
can
not.
imagine.
It's out there.
Okay.
Entertain a motion.
Anyone in the audience care to address this item? Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion, Ms. Brown. Go ahead.
Exemption to allow 9-inch by 178 inches internally lit band sign.
Have a motion to approve as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Howell seconds. Any further discussion? All in favor, please raise your hand.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. Item 12, presented by Vicki Carter. Ms. Carter here? requesting a front yard variance, side yard variance, and separation between structures variance for a detached accessory structure located at 5806 Wares Ferry Road in the R75S zoning district. Let's see, Ms. Carter, you want to maintain an existing carport.
Yes, sir. I didn't know I couldn't build
You're
it.
going to have to speak loudly and
I'm
clearly.
sorry. I didn't know I couldn't build. I've never done this before. I've had the house since 2008. And the gentleman next door to me is a very nice man. But he has hackberry trees and pecan trees, and I have to keep my cars covered with tarp. So I put the shed, it's just the top of the car shed, up so that I could protect my cars.
Did this come in as a complaint, or how did we know about it?
It came in as a complaint, and I think they issued you a stop work order. I think
Yes, I got that, but it was like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And then he put it on, scared my grandson to death.
We can't understand.
I'm
you.
sorry. He came by the house. I wasn't there. My grandson was. And
I'm sorry, who came by the house?
The gentleman that wrote this, the stop
The
order.
inspector.
The inspector.
I never saw him. My grandson was there. I was at work, and he told my grandson, "Oh, this is a nice carport. Who did it? Who built it for you? Can I take pictures?" And, "Oh, it looks like it's so new." But that was 3 months after I had built it. I didn't know I couldn't. So I got this, and that's why I'm here now.
What's the problem? Well, before I go any further, is the person who filed the complaint here? Okay. Tanya, Javon, what was the purpose of the complaint? Do we know?
We don't know.
So somebody filed a complaint?
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. Okay. Ms. Carter, you're going to be, let's see, 5 feet off the side property line.
Yes, sir.
That's where you are now, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you have gutters and downspouts on this carport?
I'm sorry.
Do you have gutters and downspouts on the carport?
The way the tin is set up on it, it runs off. It's kind of like
It runs
slants down.
off where? To your adjacent property owners? It goes somewhere else?
It goes off on the side.
It goes to the side?
Yes, sir.
Onto your property owner?
Yes, sir, on my property.
No. My question is, does the water flow from your carport onto the adjacent property owner?
No, sir.
It does not?
No, sir.
So it flows to the rear and stays on your property?
Yes, sir.
Well, normally, in a case like this where we have structures this close together, normally we will require gutters and downspouts anyway.
Okay.
Okay? Just to make sure.
Okay.
Because you are close
Yes, sir.
to your adjacent property owner. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And we got a 10-foot separation between structures. Was the complaint because of the carport being so close to the side property line, or was it because of anything else?
We don't know why they complained. Like she said, it had been there for 3 months.
Gotcha.
We don't know.
Did you get a building permit, Ms. Carter?
I didn't know to get one. When I talked to the lady when I got this complaint, I paid her for one over the phone. Yes, sir.
Ms. Carter, will you agree to add gutters and downspouts?
Yes, sir.
Within 30 days,
Good. Yes, sir.
if we approve it,
Yes, sir.
subject to approval. Any other questions? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve as discussed, adding gutters and downspouts to the structure
Within 30 days.
within 30 days.
Second.
Second from Ms. Shaw. Any further discussion?
You said with gutters and downspouts?
Yes, ma'am.
All in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Who's your contractor, by the way?
The gentleman that cuts my grass, I'll be honest with you, because like I said, I didn't know I couldn't do this. So
Yeah.
he put it up, and it's very sturdy, goes like it's supposed to, and I don't have to worry about my car tops.
Yeah. Well,
I've learned.
contractors should know what the rules are around here, because
I've learned my lesson. Thank you.
good luck. Item 13 is presented by Timothy Tops, representing Taste of Montgomery, requesting a variance to ordinance number 17-2014, an special exception for a place of amusement and assembly to be located at 2477 and 2485 East South Boulevard in the B4 zoning district. Mr. Tots.
Good evening.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
Good.
Thank you. We've got the information in front of us here, but just give us your thoughts on what you would like to try to do here. And
Well,
the key to this is give us a little bit of information about the nature of your business.
well, I'm currently a business owner here in the city of Montgomery. I'm currently a business owner here. I'm a college graduate, United States military veteran. Been in the restaurant business about 13 years. Been in the bar business about 7 years. And we're currently trying to get a variance for this property located here. It's going to not be a club, it's not going to be a bar, it's not going to be a lounge. What it's going to be is going to be an entertainment venue. We're going to do various things there as far as poetry, comedy, karaoke, raising money for scholarship funds for students at ASU, Tuskegee, different places like that, hair shows, fashion shows, different things like that. So I've took the venue and we've critiqued it to make it safe and cohabitable. We've had the fire marshal out there to do a off-the-record walkthrough with us to look at the building and tell us what he thought we would need to do to make it more safe and more cohabitable for our customers and patrons. To be in there, he gave us several pointers and several different things that he thought we needed to do as far as the building goes. Myself and the property owner has agreed to put a 6 to 8 foot privacy fence across the back that separates the back from the neighboring house. We're only about 40 feet short of being in compliance of what the city requires us to get a variance. So we're about 40 feet short. So we've agreed to put a privacy fence across the back to separate that. We've also brought a professional sound person in to kind of tell us about what we needed to do so that we don't have amplified music that would bother the tenants in the neighborhood behind the place.
Well, I'll have to say I'm very impressed with the way you've presented yourself and how you're attempting to deal with the issues. But you know why you're here, and that's because our guidelines require you to be at least 250 feet from the closest residential property.
Yes, sir, I do understand.
And in this case, you're 30 feet.
Yes, sir.
And that's a big difference, you know.
There have been several
Sir,
assembly occupancies in this particular property over the years. So there have been several different type of assembly occupancies in this building over the years. There's just never been an assembly occupancy in this building that carried food as far as a restaurant goes, or even that carried alcoholic beverages. So in my proposal, I gave you what I thought would be a safe, cohabitable environment there, where we agreed to on Friday nights you had to be 25. On Saturdays you had to be 30 to get in. We decreased the hours of operation. Everything that goes on in the building isn't going to be something that bothers anybody else in the surrounding area. As far as that goes, entertainment is entertainment. Some days you'll have just people there just actually watching Monday Night Football or shooting billiard pools or anything like that. So it's not going to be what people think it is. And as far as that goes, me, myself personally, I'm not going to lose my investment for one night of pleasure or fun going against the rules of the city, because I understand the matter that the city officials and this board has. The job is to keep the citizens safe, keep the community safe, and I want to work with you all to keep the community and the citizens safe. So I'm not trying to do anything against the policies of this city by trying to say we're going to open up an event center and then turn around and have people there with alcohol or whatever. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to come and do it the right, correct way that we need to do.
Question, board members?
Yes, where exactly on East South Boulevard is this venue?
Ms. Shaw, she can't hear you. You got to speak loudly and
I'm
clearly.
sorry. Where exactly on Southern Boulevard is this venue?
The venue is right on the side. It's kind of behind a plaza. And and it's a shopping plaza mall on the other side, directly adjacent to us, right here on the left side of us. And in that particular venue, if you look at the drawing, on the other side of there's but maybe 30 or 40 feet from us is other different type of event places there. So it's not like we're going to be causing a problem for the neighboring tenants, because that's the reason why we're here.
Okay, but, okay, is it close to Woodley Road? Is that?
It's the old Kmart, isn't it?
It's it's right beside the. I've only been here about 3 years, so I'm still kind of learning. So to my knowledge, it's right in the plaza beside the Kmart, old Kmart building.
Ms. Shaw, the bingo place that just got approved, this is next to it, and the property next to it.
Okay, so it's where the, what is it?
It's an old Walmart. There's a car wash in front of it.
Oh, okay.
City Trends is over there.
Right. Okay, I know where you're talking about.
And what we've done is we've looked at security measures for the venue. We've agreed to, in our proposal, to provide security outside on the parking lot. You either have to come in or leave. There is no gray area. You can't sit in your car. You can't do any of that. You got to come in and leave. So if you go to Applebee's to eat, what you do, you get in your car, you go in, you eat, and you leave. Same thing with my venue. You got to come in and leave. We have 0 tolerance for sitting outside, whatever. And we've critiqued the age limit to adults where we won't have these problems.
Okay, the fence you talked about will be an 8-foot high fence.
It's going to be an 8-foot high fence from the end of the building, where the adjacent plaza to the left of us already has a privacy fence up to the end of the building. You can't go that far because there's a driveway in between the two buildings. So what we're going to do is we're going to put an 8-foot fence up from the corner where it says 30 feet approximately, all the way down to where the garbage cans are that are behind City Trends.
Now, this is a freestanding building. It's not attached to the center.
No, sir, it's a freestanding building.
Freestanding building.
Yes, sir.
And how many square feet is that building?
I think that building is about 15,000 square feet.
So you're going to occupy the whole thing?
Yes, sir.
The whole building?
The whole building.
Okay. All right. Now, have you got enough parking to accommodate your need? Let me finish my question.
Yes, sir.
And do you have enough parking for this building as well as the right to use the parking of the former shopping center?
Yes, we do. We have already had a contract and a lease with the property in the front of us and on the side of us for extra parking.
Okay. Lighting. All right. You've got some of your nights here as late as 1 a.m. on Fridays and Saturday nights, right?
Yes, sir. We put that on there. Will we be there that late? Probably not. 12, 11, 30, 12-ish is probably cutoff time.
I'm just going by what I see.
Yes, sir, but
okay?
we put 1 o'clock on there.
So, but those lights will be on that parking lot until the last person leaves that building?
Yes, sir.
Well lit?
Yes, sir.
All right, tell us about alcoholic beverages.
We've already, I'm a former alcohol license owner, and according to ABC, you cannot have anybody in the building under the age of 19 per the state of Alabama's alcohol permit licensing. We have agreed to have nobody in the building under the age of 25 at any time. We've also agreed that all alcohol beverages will be poured in a glass or a cup. We will not allow any bottles or anything like that to be sent across the counter as far as that goes. We've also, for security measures, we have agreed that women will not be allowed to bring in big bags, big purses where you can bring a weapon or anything like that within the building.
So you're going to have guards at the front door, right?
Yes, sir. We will have a security guard at the front.
And the rear door will only be used just for emergency exit.
The rear door will only be used for emergency exits, but this is the catch to that. We have to position an employee at that door because according to fire marshal codes, that door has to be accessible if you have an emergency where the patrons can go out. So the doors have to have push bar doors where the patrons can be able to go out at any time if they feel like there's a hazard. So we cannot lock those doors when we're open where people cannot go out of the building if they needed to go out. That's a fire hazard.
Sure, I understand that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's called
But you cannot have customers coming and going out that door.
No, sir, there will not be an access for customers to come in and out. No, sir, it won't.
All right, now tell us about your garbage, okay? Now, here's why I'm asking the question.
Yes, sir.
There are a lot of these type facilities, they have a dumpster, they throw everything in there they can.
Yes, sir.
And then you got people off the street bringing and putting trash in your dumpster,
Yes, sir.
okay? These dumpsters have got to be maintained
Yes, sir.
and cleaned all the time. You're gonna be if you got a place to, you got a can wash that goes with this building? How you washing your cans?
Yes, sir, what we're doing, we're getting 6 to 8 yard containers to go in the back of the building. These containers will be locked containers, so people just can't come up and throw their trash in the garbage can. There are water hoses and sprouts in the back of the building that they'll be sprayed out and washed weekly. And we got to pick up 3 times a week, so we shouldn't have an excess of, garbage with being picked up Monday, Wednesdays, and
If
Fridays.
you don't maintain your trash, then if we approve this, we can pull this. You gotta maintain your trash.
Yes, sir, we will. We
Big
definitely
time.
maintain the trash.
Front and rear.
Yes, sir.
And unfortunately, we got people that'll just use your dumpster to put their trash.
Yes, sir, they will. And garbage pickup is too high for people to be just
How often
dumping.
you gonna have your trash picked up?
I couldn't hear you.
You gonna use a dumpster?
One more time.
Are you gonna use a trash dumpster?
Am I going to use trash?
Yes.
The trash dump is for the usage of the property, for the business.
All right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you have a trash dumpster for the business.
Yes, sir, we are.
Okay, and it'll be picked up on a regular basis.
Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And because of, again, if we approve this, you're 30 feet from your adjacent neighbor. Okay? Trash pickup needs to be before 6 p.m. at night.
Yes, sir.
You don't want your trash picked up at 10 p.m. at night and waking up the neighbors.
Yes, sir.
Needs to be picked. I'd say no later than 6 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yes, sir.
You okay with that?
Yes, sir, I'm fine with that.
Any other questions, board members? Anyone else? Mr. Howell.
Mr. Tops, let me tell you what I have seen, and you tell me you're not going to do this. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I have seen a place that was opened as a hookah lounge. A hookah is a hookah. Well, you know what a hookah is, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What happened was they started serving liquor in there, and they got a real good sound system in there. And they had a back door in there. So they had people that came around to the back of the building on a paved driveway, and out the back door, they opened the back door, and I don't know what was going in and out the back door, but it was loud music at 1 o'clock in the morning, and people drinking and carrying on, having a good time. Directly behind it, 50 feet away, was the back door of a man's house. And he didn't like that. That's part of the reason this ordinance was written.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to do anything like that?
No, sir, I'm going to say this again, Mr. Howell.
Okay.
This particular venue is going to cost me a great deal of income. I am not going to lose my income and my investment going against the rules of this board, the rules of this city, and causing problems in their neighborhood. That's not what we're there for. We're there to obey the rules, do what we're told. One wrong incident or one wrong night can cost you the whole battle, and it's not worth it. You're there to be peaceful, cohabitable, do what you need to do, and go home. Yeah. So, as I told you once before, we are going to have a person stationed at that back door so that people can't open the door and let people in and let people out and the type of customers that we're going to have coming to this venue aren't going to be those type of people that do things like that. So we're only going to play R&B, Southern soul, jazz, and blues. We're not playing this yum, bam, bam, boom, boom, tear the place up music, because I get scared myself. So we're not here to do all that. I want my patrons to come there, have a good time, enjoy themselves, and go home, because the city makes a lot of money of revenue from restaurants and bars. The only difference between what we're doing up against what Applebee's or Chili's does is we're going to have entertainment. Same concept, we're just going to provide entertainment. Some of our entertainment is just sitting down. We've already talked to some of the universities and the English departments about bringing a whole department to our venue for poetry night, spoken word night. Same thing.
Huh.
Good.
Okay.
Well, all it's going to take
Sounds
is,
good. That's why I had to ask. Okay.
well, good question. And you see where we're going with this.
Yes, sir, I perfectly understand.
And all it's going to take is one complaint, then it comes back to the city, and then you got to be reheard, and then we could reverse our decision.
Yes, sir, I perfectly understand that.
Okay?
I have one more question.
All right.
Are you familiar with the company in Montgomery called B-Tops Landscaping?
No, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other questions? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? Mr. Fleming? Got something to add to this? We've covered a lot of subjects here.
Yes, sir, Mr. Stanley. Ed Fleming with Hodges. I represent the owner of the building, and he bought it several years ago, and it was run down in bad shape. He's putting in a new air conditioning system, redoing the sprinkler system, redoing the kitchen, redoing the grease trap up to code. Everything will be up to code for the building when Mr. Tim takes over for that. So it'll be a great improvement on the facility.
Right. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone in the audience care to address this item? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion to approve and a second based on the facts, the testimony of the petitioner.
As discussed.
As discussed.
Yes.
Y'all got all that? Particularly the part about the trash dumpster to be picked up by 6 p.m. You okay with that?
Yes, sir.
The rear is not to be used for customers.
Yes, sir.
Exterior lighting, extremely important.
Yes, sir. Will
Okay.
do.
This explanation won me over.
All right. All in favor of the motion, as presented, please raise your hand. You got it. We're looking to you to
Thank you, sir. Thank
run
y'all
a
so
good,
much.
clean operation there. We wish you the best.
Good luck and do it right. We need some of that.
She really explained.
Thank you,
Item
Mr.
14.
Tops, for your presentation. It was we were very impressed.
Good luck. We wish you the best. Item 14, presented by Maria Hooks. Request a separation between structures variance for accessory structures located at 1362 Biscayne Drive in an R65S zoning district. Ms. Hooks, you've got 5'7" separation of three buildings. Did this come in as a complaint, or what? How did this come before us?
Did you get a stop? I can't remember. She may have gotten a stop work
Right.
order.
I have
I'm
the
sorry,
letter.
she may have what?
Gotten a stop work order for no permit.
No permit.
Yes.
So you were constructing a building, is that correct?
No, sir. I
Three-
just added
you-
a storage shed.
Three separate buildings.
Correct.
So is this a building inspector that may have caught this?
I'm not sure who caught it, but an inspector left a stop work order.
Gotcha. Okay, hold on just a minute. Let me look at this.
A new dwelling.
3 feet of separation. It's just separation. It's not a side yard or setback anything, right? All right. So you got three separate buildings there, correct?
Yes, sir.
Tell us what are you putting in are these storage buildings only?
Yes. When we bought the house.
You're going to have to remove. I hate to ask you to do this. You're going to have to remove that. We can't understand you with that mask on.
Oh, I'm sorry. When we bought the house, it came with a storage shed. It's a 20 by 10 or 12.
Okay.
And later on, we added another storage shed on the very opposite that measured 10 by 14, and that was to put our lawnmower so it won't ruin, and all our yard tools and stuff, like the weed eaters and all those
Okay,
tools
tell,
that we
tell
need.
us what is in the buildings.
And so the middle building is, the new one is where we put our extra stuff like groceries, like anything that's, you know, I'm a person that I want to make sure that we have something, because I also prepare for my grandchildren. And so we have things we need, like
All right,
just,
let me make this simple. Are you going to put your automobiles in it?
oh, no, sir.
Okay. Are you going to put restrooms in there?
No, sir.
Okay. Are you going to put fuel, like any flammable material, like gasoline or anything? Maybe for a
Well,
while.
you know, the one with the, what you call it, with the lawnmower, of course,
Okay.
there's gasoline in the lawnmowers.
Sure.
And maybe a tank, you know, a container with the
Okay.
gasoline.
Got
And
it.
of course, the third one is old furnitures, Christmas decorations.
Storage.
Yes, sir, storage. All of them are storage.
Gotcha. Okay. Got it. And you're not going to operate a business out of either one of them either, right?
No, sir.
Okay. We asked those questions. Any question, board members? Anyone in the audience care to address this item? I'll entertain a motion.
She's got somebody wants to address it.
Ma'am, are you here? Oh, I'm sorry. Come up. Are you here in favor of or opposition of?
I'm here to support them. I'm with the Neighborhood Association.
Okay.
My name is Angela Expert.
You're going to have to get into the mic, up to the mic and speak.
I'm sorry. Good evening. My name is Angela Expert. I'm the Neighborhood Association president. I had a chance to tour the neighborhood to see this property. It's very clean, it's very neat, and I don't see an issue from the association perspective because of how well the property is kept.
Thank you.
That's good to hear.
Well, we have to clarify the uses,
Yes, sir.
because if they sell the property one day, what we approve today goes to the next owner.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
We have a motion. Do we have a motion to approve? Somebody made. Ms. Brown makes a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a second.
A second.
Second. Ms. Shaw. All in favor of the motion, raise your hand. It's approved. Good luck. Hey, good luck on it. Item 15, presented by Douglas Homes, representing David and Catherine Douglas, requesting a side yard variance for a new dwelling to be located at 6128 Burbank Crossing Loop in a PGH 35 zoning district. Let's see. You need a 3-foot side yard variance, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
I saw no problem with it.
Because you are so close to your adjacent property owner, you need to make sure you keep your water off of your neighbor.
Okay.
Okay? You need to have swales or whatever's necessary to keep, is this your builder?
No.
Okay,
He's the real estate agent for the.
got you.
I'm the actually builder.
I got you. Well, you need to make arrangements to keep your water off of your adjacent property owner.
Correct.
Okay? That's the main thing.
Okay.
We'll let you deal with however, but for the record, you just got to do that.
Okay.
Okay?
That's fine.
Have any questions, board members? If not, I'll entertain a motion. Do anyone care to address this item? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion.
So be it.
Have a motion to approve, have a second.
Second.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
Thank you.
You're good.
Thank you.
Mr. Stanley, number 5 showed up.
Number 5?
Yes, the church.
Okay. Number 5 is Selena and Walter Johnson.
I do have a question. Do I get something in writing stating that this has been approved? Okay, thank you. How long would that take? Do I have to request, or you send it in mail, or what? Send it by.
By lunch tomorrow. by lunch tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay.
Number 5, presented by Selena and Walter Johnson, requesting a special exception for church use to be located on multi-tenant building located at 461 Northeast Boulevard. Mr. Johnson?
First of all,
Sir?
I would like to apologize for being late. We got kind of thrown off on the time. We was thinking at 6 o'clock, and
That's
I was
okay.
rushing
I'm glad
up.
you made it. We're just going to charge you a small late fee for being here.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Well,
We're
praise the
glad
Lord.
you're able to make it.
Praise the Lord.
So you want to use this property for church use
Right.
from at 9:30 a.m. to 12 o'clock noon
That's correct.
on Sundays and Thursdays, services 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., correct?
Correct.
And then sometimes you may have a service on Sunday night from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., correct?
That's correct.
Okay, you got plenty of parking out there?
Yes.
Okay. I assume all activities will be inside the building, no exterior activities, right?
Right, that's correct.
Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, because you're going to be having some nighttime services, you got to have good exterior lighting.
Yes.
Good exterior lighting.
Yes.
You're part of a shopping center.
Yes.
That means your landlord has got to provide you good exterior lighting.
Mhm.
And if he doesn't, you'll be responsible for maintaining it. Okay?
Okay.
Sometimes you may have to go to the power company and get a separate light. But your landlord should provide that.
Mhm.
Okay?
Okay.
We good on all that?
Okay.
Anything you want to add to that?
No, that is it.
Good. Have any questions, board members?
No.
I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve as discussed.
Motion approved. Have a second?
Second?
Second, Ms. Brown. All in favor, say aye. Or raise your
Aye.
hand. You're good.
Okay, that's
Good
been
luck.
approved by y'all, and
Yes, sir.
that has been approved by
By the
him
board.
above. All
Good
right.
point. Amen. Good point.
Amen.
I have a motion to approve the minutes.
No, on page 2.
Thank you,
use that
sir.
mic.
We're through
On
with,
page 2.
we're through with you. Thank
You
you.
approve.
Okay, y'all have a blessed night, and thank you.
You bet.
On page 2 and on page 4, Mr. Markham did not become a miss.
We hope not anyway.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
You know, that's all the rage these days to do that. I
All
mean,
in favor of the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
All agree to adjourn, say aye.